And welcome back to the live stream. Welcome back to Athletes in AP History. If you are a first-time watcher, leave us a comment in the field. Welcome to the group. This is your first time joining us. Really excited to get started today. For the past couple of weeks, we've been talking to former masterclass students from this past spring. And as you can see, I am joined by Samantha. Hi, Samantha.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Of
So we're going to
course.
be, yeah, absolutely. We're going to be interviewing Samantha. She's going to be talking about her experience with both being a busy student athlete, travel athlete, and getting exam ready for her AP World exam in just a minute. But again, if you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, welcome to Athletes in AP History. We help student athletes earn college credit on their AP exams, so they don't really have to sacrifice one thing or the other. They can do both at the same time. And really, I reached out to Samantha earlier this week because I thought she would be a testament to that, because she has one of the craziest schedules I've seen as a travel volleyball player. So Samantha, once again, welcome. I want to start off by just kind of like introducing yourself. Tell us how you came across the class, or how you came across the master class, and give us a little background about what you're all involved in.
My name's of course Samantha. I'm an incoming junior, so I did this whole thing in my sophomore year, and I really love volleyball. That's my sport. We recently went to Vegas, and then we were supposed to go to Arizona. And then high school season, you've got practice 5 days a week. And then club is days a week. And it's really hard to get a bunch of study time in there. So that was always a thing. Um, initially found this whole thing actually from my mom, who got it from a mom on Facebook. So, keep keep a good relationship with your mom. She finds things for you. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. It was always hard to find a good consistent studying routine because I was just always playing.
Right, absolutely. So mom of a mom referred, right? Basically, so
Yeah.
you talk to your mom, and then I did the whole showing you what all it was, and you were like, "Yeah, let's do it." Right? It was winding down. So, can you talk a little bit more? So, was volleyball in season in the spring where you're from, or is it in the fall? Because that's where I'm from. It's in the fall.
Yeah, it's the same. High school season is in the fall, so that's when you've got the really busy um, schedule where it's practices 5 days a week, and then you've got games lasting to like 8 p.m. 2 days a week. Um, but then I also play club, and that's also throughout like the remainder of the year, and then even going into summer. So there's barely any time at all where I'm not playing.
So you're basically year-round volleyball, and that's something I assume you want to pursue can in college, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. We are hoping for the best for you. I'm really excited to see where you go with this. This is awesome.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, so just tell me your experience with AP World leading up to before we got introduced to each other.
Well, AP World was one of my first ever APs. I didn't take any APs in my freshman year. So, of course, I was like, definitely had nerves going in. I had a great teacher. My school was really lucky to have some good history teachers, but it was definitely difficult after not doing any history the previous year. Um, I took, of course, history in middle school, but then my school wasn't forced to do any history during freshman year, so I was completely left again at the beginning of sophomore year, a little clueless and hoping I can catch on quick. Um, in the
Yeah.
beginning, of course, they introduce you to all the writing aspects, and then they start to introduce you with the heavy notes and events that you have to like memorize and know for the test. And at the beginning, especially with all the heavy volleyball going on at the beginning of the year, it definitely was a little stressful.
Absolutely. So you said you had a good AP World History teacher, and you are I think a straight A student, right?
Yeah,
Pretty high.
yeah. Almost. I have a 4.2 GPA.
4.2. Okay, right. And you still, come spring, you still realize that it wasn't quite there to get you to the exam. Is that kind of what the motivation was?
Yeah, definitely. I think it also had to do with I've never done an AP before, and definitely just getting the extra help was just the little bit of extra thing I needed to make sure I did good on the exam.
Great. So, what do you think your biggest challenge was coming into the course, for you, and specifically in terms of maybe writing or studying?
Um, Definitely my schedule was a big one, and I've just always wanted to improve my writing. My writing definitely improved in the program, and my teacher was extremely strict. You'd be lucky to get 4 points on every essay. Um, so I just really wanted to improve that because I know just how much the weight of the writing portion of the exam holds on your overall score, and that's what I really wanted to improve.
Absolutely. And I see some people joining us here live. If any of you are a parent of an upcoming AP history student, whether that be World, US, or Euro, drop us a like. Let us know in the comment section what course you're looking at, because what Samantha is speaking to, many new AP students, especially the parents of AP students that I've talked to, aren't aware of what the weight of the exam is, that they're looking for content knowledge, but really 60% of that exam, both US, World, and Euro, are all focused on writing. So you realize that. We talked about that, I think, during your onboarding call and a couple of initial calls.
Yeah.
So when you say your teacher is very strict in writing and you saw some results, can you elaborate that? So you implemented some of the strategies we were getting ready for test prep into your actual course as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. The first ever essay that I wrote for my high school class before I was in this program, I missed the thesis point, contextualization, and I got some for commentary and evidence, and it was honestly terrible. I definitely improved later in the year, and I started getting consistent essay scores, and they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I did pretty good. Um, but definitely the program gave me a couple tips and tricks that helped me get those extra points that I needed to really turn the tide from a good grade to a good essay.
Awesome, awesome. And we're still obviously waiting on the AP World score, so you'll have to
Yeah.
get in a couple weeks when you get that back. But I know when we were testing you out of the program, you were writing at a 5 level and hitting this benchmark indicators that we want to see of someone that can get a 5. So we wait anxiously, but I'm sure you did well.
Thank you. I hope I did.
Absolutely. And just, in terms of any recommendations on your experience with the course, for others who might be listening that are travel athletes or student athletes, that don't know, because I think the big hesitant, like right now it's the summer. No one wants to, no one cares about school right now. I am still in school, unfortunately, as an administrator. I know we're all like, can we just have a break? But we're seeing an uptick in enrollment for parents who want that certainty year round as we move into there. So just, can you guys kind of speak to that a little bit, if you can, of the recommendations you saw from the course, and speak to maybe a person in your shoes a year ago?
Yeah, sure. I personally joined the program really late, so it was more cramming and last minute things. And that, of course, is super helpful. But looking back, if I did do the entire year, then I probably would have known all of the events better. Because I remember when I was studying and all leading up towards the exam, I was kind of speeding by the content and just remembering key events rather than like fully understanding every single part of it. So I think if you took your time and then also started earlier in the year, then you definitely understand all of the physical events that happened. And of course, many teachers weren't as good as mine. I got really lucky. she made like a step-by-step how-to on all of the essays. And then you did that too, I remember. But it's definitely important to understand how to write at the beginning of the year. That's why I like tried so hard to get it down quickly, because once you know how to do it, then you still got to improve to get the rest of those points. But it becomes a whole lot easier once you understand it.
Got it. Yeah, we definitely put you on a pretty aggressive review schedule, but you handled it with, I think you attacked it head on. You came to your one-on-one sessions ready, and you got really good feedback, I think, if I recall. So I definitely strengthen you as well. Any standout moments from the experience? I know it was probably a whirlwind right at the end of the year, but anything that stood out to you from the course that's memorable?
Yeah, definitely. One instance was probably this Saturday night where I was just in my room alone. And I realized that the time when we booked a schedule, I had a private session, like a lesson. And so I texted you like frantically, like, hey, can we please move? I'm so sorry, I can't do Monday. Can we please move it to Tuesday? I'm sorry, I'm only giving you like 2 days notice. And of course, I'd hate to do that 2 days to like switch a whole schedule. That's so rude. But you were super flexible with it. And then we got to the lesson and we were able to do some more writing practice and everything. And it all worked out perfect. So definitely the flexibility was one of the biggest like highlights.
Absolutely. That's why we're called athletes in APUSH, because we realize you can't, every week is unpredictable in terms of what's going to come up, especially when you're a travel athlete like yourself and how games pop up. My daughter is only going to be 7 this summer and she's in softball playoffs. So she won this today and now she has a game tomorrow. So now it's like, I got to so I get it. We start early. Okay. So just any additional like final thoughts in terms of the class or your experience or what you're looking forward to? You're going into APUSH next year, I think, right? And just,
Yes, I am.
what you're going to, if we get some college credit here, I think you will earn some college credit. What is your hope for it in terms of stacking it and applying it later on down the road?
Um, well, the course that I took this year, AP World, I heard it was pretty similar to APUSH in terms of writing, but it is a little bit more vigorous. So I'm definitely going to try to implement my study skills and then also the writing pattern, which is super important. Um, Also, just keeping things more consistent because earlier in the year, I remember I barely did the notes. I skimmed through it. I didn't put as much time into all of the Chinese dynasties that I should have. But definitely, what this program has taught me, I'm definitely just going to take it more step by step. Try and keep things organized for later in the year, so I don't have to cram again,
Right.
and bring that all to APUSH.
Absolutely. And beyond as well. Hopefully these are some credits that help you either decrease that coursework load your freshman year of college or perhaps put it towards credits that of higher level courses potentially. So
Yeah,
Samantha, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
of
Really look
course.
forward, absolutely. We really look forward to hearing back from you in July when you get your scores. I know you're going to do great. But again, thank you for coming on. And I'm going to let you go. Have a good night.
All right, thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. So that was Samantha. She just joined us. She is a travel hockey player and student athlete. Busy schedule. She talked about the flexibility of the course, the benefits that the flexible booking that we have, and how she was still able to get prepared for the exam around that busy schedule. So if you want more information about the upcoming school year, because we are actually, there'll be some news coming out tomorrow, just to give you a little preview. We will have a summer discount enrollment that we're going to continue on until the end of the month. We had a lot of success with early enrollment in May, some students coming off the exam that wanted to sign on for next year. If you're interested in learning more about programs, I encourage you to book a call. I will drop the link in the comments below. But Our program offers full year support now for any of the AP classes that we advertise here, whether it be the AP Histories, AP Government, or AP Human Geography. And what we do is we run group coaching classes weekly, and then we have one-on-one test prep. But there is a ton more to that offer than just what I'm sharing with you, but I don't want to get into the details tonight. I'm going to probably offer a free parent training later on this month. And I'll send out a private invite to anyone that's interested, and we'll kind of walk through what the upcoming courses look like, the upcoming exams, some of the results that we're seeing, and kind of go through what we do differently that is unlike any other tutor on the market, and how we can offer an entire level of support different than any other academic program out there, for specifically designed for student athletes, but really any busy student out there. So again, my name is Joe Sebastian. I am the founder of Athletes in AP History's Facebook group, part of Support Ed Tutoring, and we're signing off for tonight. I hope you'll join us right back here next Monday at 8 o'clock, and have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining.